So I had a woman reach out to me in defense of some remarks that I've made about how women watching corn movies is worse than men watching them. I gotta say, before I even get into this video, as a man, there is nothing that's a bigger turnoff, bigger red flag, bigger disgusting thing than a woman that tries to, passive aggressively stick up for watching that content. I don't know, as a man, I don't know if there's any one thing that would be a glaring, trashy red flag. I can't think of anything that comes close to that. So, for one, because women don't even need to watch that. The fact they do is just a very toxic thing. But let me get into this a little bit. So many men talk about the imprint that past relationships leave on a woman, past partners leave on a woman, things she's done, experiences that she's had, the finite amount of bonding and connection a woman's has to give out once it's gone, how it affects her, and all this. We can go on and on down the line of these talking points. But I'll argue this. Not only does a high body count ruin a woman psychologically, consuming this content, I think, is doing that under everybody's nose. I don't know of anybody else that's talked about this before, but I will preach about this until people start talking about it. I've said in other videos, and I'll say it again, I've spoken to young men at my gym. My gym is close to a middle school and a high school. I've talked to young men multiple times. And we get into this stuff, and they ask for dating advice. And then as I pick their brains, I've got young men in middle school that go to my gym that have told me, multiple young men, this isn't a one-time thing. The girls in their school will meet up around in the lunch tables and around lunchtime and stuff, and they're joking, showing pictures and videos of extremes in adult movies and stuff, and they're talking about all these actors and all these videos and all these companies and stuff that I don't know anything about. And I'm like, bro, these are middle school girls. You mean to tell me these girls are healthy enough for a good relationship? Bro, these girls are done. They're already ruined. These women are already ruined. You guys want to talk about, I date younger women, 18 to 25. Bro, they're already ruined long before that these days. With the smartphones, they're ruined long before that. The smartphone has been able to infiltrate the minds of younger and younger women, and in my opinion, do catastrophic damage to their psyche when it comes to sex and connection and bonding, or lack thereof. I think that adult content, the corn industry, is doing way more damage than anybody's even talking about. Because again, what have I said before? Anybody and everybody that I've ever seen on YouTube or any social media platform in a video clip, anybody and everybody that talks about the damage of it only talks about how it's damaging young men. They specify that. Damages young men and the way they look at women. Bullshit. Bullshit. Let me be quite honest. In my opinion, you can disagree if you want. In my opinion, a young man can look at that content, do his business, and still be able to look at, his girl or women in general the same way on a romantic connection level. On a romantic connection level. Men don't bond. Men don't mentally bond through sex the same way women do. That's not arguable. That's a fact. So for all these young women to be seeing these crazy extremes in these videos that they're very much seeing today, if you think women aren't watching this, you're out of your goddamn mind. Younger and younger women are turning to this stuff, running down these fantasy rabbit holes, and getting into weirder and weirder stuff and more extremes. Do you think those women are going to be psychologically satisfied with the normal relationship in front of them? What do you think? Am I crazy for saying that's an issue? It's a major issue. Why do you think we have so many young women out here that are just as vulgar, if not more vulgar, than any of the pigs I've ever worked with on a construction job site? And I've said many times about the good women that are faking it. This is another big issue why so many men are losing hope. It's because we have a society full of women that are as addicted, if not more addicted, to garbage adult content than the men out here. And it makes for trashy, trashy minds that do not even know what a healthy relationship looks like if it's right in front of them. This is a big problem. The corn movie industry is causing as much, if not more, damage to relationships than anything. And not many people want to talk about it. And when they do, they only talk about it through the lens of, look out, we got to look out for our women. I want more respectable men that don't sexualize young women. That industry needs to stop. I've actually heard women say in videos, corn should only be consumed by responsible females that just need a release. I've heard people say that. You're out of your goddamn mind if you say something like that. You are out of your mind. Those movies are way more damaging to women than men. It's not even close. And I can't believe, as far as I know, I'm the only one saying this. They are way more damaging to women. It's not even measurable how much more it affects women's mind than men's mind. If you guys think young men seeing a naked chick or something causes him to not be able to bond in a healthy way with a girlfriend, you're nuts. You're nuts. It's just not the case. Women are the ones that are seeing these extremes, getting addicted to these extremes, and reaching their destination as they watch these videos, which releases something in their mind much different than it does with men. They're bonding and they're getting addicted to these extremes and seeing these extremes, and they are actually losing interest in normal men way more than the opposite. I hear this rhetoric all the time, how people say men are losing interest in women because they're so addicted to these crazy extremes that they see on video. No, that's bullshit. Bullshit. I don't know one young man that has lost interest in a normal, healthy relationship with a normal woman, decent looking woman, over that. I'm not saying these addictions can't be real, but what I'm saying is that doesn't mean he's lost interest in dating and stuff. Like a single man. I'm not saying a single man has lost interest in dating. No, what's happened is single men have had no luck with dating, so they just turn to that as their only option. That's not the same thing. I'll argue most, if not all women, regardless of how they look, they can still date. They still have plenty of options to date. They are the ones that are losing interest in dating because the normal men don't live up to the hype of the extremes that they are watching. It's not the other way around. I don't know a single young man or man in general that watches this garbage and turns down normal women because of it. No, I've never met that. That is bullshit. That's a lie that somebody started propagating and it's just taken off like a jet plane. That's a lie. I've never met anyone like that, and I don't know anybody that has. Now, don't conflate that with men that are in relationships and they've become addicted to that content. That's a different conversation for a different time. I'm talking about single people and the way this content is affecting the dating market and how it's affecting women in a way that no one seems to talk about. Women watching corn movies is the most trashy, disgusting thing ever, for one, because they don't need to do that. They don't. And again, I will die on this hill that it is ruining their minds far more than it's ruining the minds of men. It's not even close. I've never met a woman that, in fact, in my lifetime, with growing up and in my generation being the first ones, like as teens, to have phones, and as it's grown into the smartphones, I don't know one girl that I've dated or met in the last 10, 15 years that didn't at least turn me off in some way, shape, or form by saying some vulgar remark, or you know what they say about this, and you know, like just some vulgar, over-sexualized remark that she got from this fake corn industry that I know she's watching and probably watching pretty heavily. I'm not dating a woman that's into that. And again, I might be single forever saying that. I'm still open to dating, but a good woman to me is not going to know all these jokes and puns and you know, things that come along with that industry. They're just not. Now, good luck finding someone like that today. But again, I want to go into this further in another video. I just wanted to make a video touching on this topic because I hope somebody with a bigger channel and a bigger platform sees this and wants to expand on it. Women watching corn videos is way worse than men watching it. And no one wants to talk about that. Women watching this shit has warped their minds and poisoned their minds miles beyond anything that's done to men. And people only want to say the reverse. It's not true. It's bullshit. This is something that needs to get out, needs to be talked about more, and men need to start completely shunning women that are into this shit because their minds are twisted. You will not have a healthy relationship with them. I'm sorry. Nobody will change my mind on that. So if you see it differently, don't even bother leaving a comment. You are not changing my mind. Those women can fake a healthy relationship, but their twisted mind will always wander into the fantasy world, the extremes, the sick shit that comes along with that industry. Let me know what you guys think down below. And yeah, like the video. If you did like the video, there's more of this to come because this is a topic I want to talk about way more. It was just on my mind today. Subscribe if you have not already. Till next time, God bless. Be well. I'm out.